is the loft type surface, and we're going to use isotrim and surface offset to give a bit of interesting effects on the surface. I will hide this first nodes, turn off, preview off, and I'll borrow these two curves, copy and paste, and move it across, and I'll create an intermediate curve in the middle, and I'll change the shape of the curve by dragging it up one of the point in the middle. So loft, all you need is two curves actually. The reason I created the mid curve is because you can set a series of curves in between two end curves, and the loft will go through all the curves that are in the middle. I'll show you what I meant by creating curves. So let's copy paste 3 curve parameters, carefully select it from right to left. So take one in the middle and take the last one, feed it from the top carefully, hold down shift. As you can see, the last one has been twisted. Is because that the way that we created the curve at the beginning, we rotated it instead of creating the same way that I created the first curve. There are a couple of ways to correct this. One is simply type flip in the modeling space. 2 is you can use flip component in Grasshopper. You feed that to here and you feed to the curves in the loft. Okay, so I'll show you what this loft does by dragging it up and down. As you can see, this curve is going through the middle sectional curve. So I will use this time isotrim to locally define the surface. So isotrim requires domain and surface. Obviously the surface is the loft surface. We'll have to use the domain to square, which is construct domain square. Here you go. So there are a number of different ways of constructing this domain. So you could use that and you could use this, but this time I'll take the first domain square to create a surface that are moving on this original surface, double curved surface. So this 2D domain requires a U minimum value, U maximum value, V minimum value, V maximum value. If I reparameterize, if I don't reparameterize, then I have to calculate the length of the U and V. But if I reparameterize this, it will compute the surface by default, starting from 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So we know U minimum value is starting from 0 and up to 1. So I'll copy this 4 times, feed it individually, and that connects to domain. And since everything is a 0, you won't see anything. By dragging it somewhere in the middle, you will start seeing surface appeared on the surface, the curved surface. So this will define the region on the surface. You can slide it up and down to get the desired area on the surface. Okay, that looks about right, somewhere in the middle. So next I will move this locally defined surface to Z direction, which you normally call it W direction, and use offset surface. So there are a couple of different offset surface, but this time I will use offset surface loose. Since the curve is in a loose shape, more complex shape, organic shape, double curved surface, you will need to use surface loose. If you use the other offset surface, you will only take the one directions, whereas this one will allow you to move the correct V direction. So connect that to surface, define the parameter to distance, that will set it apart. You probably noticed that the size of this surface is slightly bigger than this just because it is projecting out correctly in a W direction. So next I'm gonna connect these two by creating a series of columns. So to do that, I will use a component called surface frame. So this is quite similar to the one that we previously looked at, which is divider surface, but this time the outputs are frames and parameters. A bit simpler. You can get the normal information, the normals from frames as well. So I will define UMV by typing. I will type 15. And the frame's been placed on the surface following the curvature of the surface. So let's project it out by deconstruct the plane. And this frame will be deconstructed. Then you will get 3 different axes and the origin, which is the center point of each frame. I will project it by using SDL, line SDL, and the starting point is the origin and the direction will be Z-axis, length is as deep as 100. Since it's projecting in the wrong direction, we'll have to apply simple expression to direction, which is minus x. Then it will project it to the right direction or backwards. I'll give a bit of definition to those lines by creating pipes. So now we have connected these two surfaces with columns. You can move it up and down. You can even move the location of the surface by dragging this up and down. And this will probably give you a good, maybe some sort of inspiration to create a pavilion on the hill on a topographic surface. Or maybe you would choose to draw a facade that sort of functions or sort of kinetically moves out. So this is a second commonly personally used surface type.